Hello and welcome back to Tom's Small Talks. You know what to do. I say it in every video, so I'm not going to say it again. But today we're talking about the Mercury Prize, and in particular, this album from Miss Arlo Parks, Collapsing Sunbeams, because it has won the Mercury Prize. I'm buzzing because it's a great album. Absolutely love it. One of my faves of the year so far. It's just such a phenomenal singer-songwriter record for me. So I was very happy to see it win. Very happy for Arlo Parks. She's a very talented artist, and to win with your debut album, it's a good side of things to come, I think. Why I love this album? Well, you can read my blog on it, of course, but for those who haven't, I just like the emotiveness of it and sort of the issues it tackles, whether it's mental health, accepting oneself, being there for your friends, growing up in this generation. It tackles a lot of themes that I can relate to, because I don't really relate to music as much as most people, because I listen to a lot of hip hop and I don't really relate to the stuff in there because, I don't have lots of money, I don't shag lots of women, I don't wear chains, and I didn't grow up in extreme poverty or in difficult circumstances. Dance music, there's not really much to relate to, it's just banging beats, and then I've never really related to much music, but with this album it just encapsulates the struggles of like mental health and growing up in this generation so well, and I was very happy to see it win the Mercury Prize. It was very deserving, and if you haven't checked it out already, I seriously highly recommend you do, because it's a very, very good album. Very good. Definitely one of the year's best, and definitely my favourite on the list. Other nominees, an artist called Burwine. Not got round to it yet. It's called Demo Tape / Vega. He's originally born in Trinidad and Tobago. He's a hip hop artist. I'm surprised I've not come across that, because that seems well up my street. Black Country New Road for the first time. That's a mad album, to be fair. I mean, it wasn't my favourite album, but I would have been happy to see that, because it's such a mad, experimental, post-punk, all over the place rock record. And just like the wittiness of it, the storytelling in that album is really good. So I definitely recommend you go check that out if that sounds like your thing. Celeste, not your muse. Celeste, very talented soul singer, made some good stuff. She's been on Jules Holland. I think she deserves to be on this list. I don't love the album. I don't think it takes enough risks, but I think it's a very solid record. So, Floating Points, who is an artist I like very much for their sort of minimal IDM stuff, teamed up with Faris Sanders and the London Symphony Orchestra for Promises. I need to get round to this album, because from what I've been told, it's very good. It's like a jazz record. I need to get round to it, so I can't really comment, but it's an album that I'm definitely intrigued by. Gets Conflict of Interest. Gets his best album by far. I loved this record, and when I saw him at Leeds the other week, he performed a lot of songs for this album, and it was great. Such a great record, very introspective, very personal. Got a bit of everything on that album. If you like sort of UK hip hop, but you like your lyrics, you like sort of a bit of personality, then that is the record for you, I'd say. Hannah Peel Fairwave, not heard of her. Apparently she's like an indie pop artist and a composer, so interesting stuff. I need to get round to that. Laura and Vu, this Pink Noise. I loved the singles off this. Like, I love the 80s vibe, but I've still not got round to the album yet. I don't do my research very well, do I? But yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to that. Heard it's a good record. Mogwai's The Love Continues, very good instrumental rock album. Some great tracks on there. I definitely recommend that if that sounds like your cup of tea. Nubia Garcia with Source. This was a really good jazz record. It was chilled, it had passion, it had energy, and, it just stood out to me because of, like, her influences on the album, and just, it was doing different things, which I don't always get on a jazz record, I feel. But this album did it. So that I would have been happy to see that win, because it would have been cool. But it's a good record. Salt with Untitled. Apparently, it's an R&B record. It's very rare to see R&B that does different and interesting things, so I definitely will try and check that out because I'm always down for a cool, different R&B record. And Wolf Alice Blue Weekend. I've never been a huge fan of Wolf Alice in the past, but Blue Weekend was a very good record. Actually, I was about to say it's a good record. I've not listened to it yet, but I did like the singles off it. So maybe this will be the album that turns me around on Wolf Alice. But yeah, that's just a quick little video about the Mercury Prize. Congratulations to Arlo Parks, phenomenal album. Congrats to the other nominees. You know, I hope it gives them a bit of chart focus now, especially the lesser known artists on the list. Maybe you'll get their names in the spotlight. But yeah, see you later, folks.